Hello and welcome to episode 14 of the HERBGARDEN knitwear podcast. Hi, my name is Hannah. I'm the maker and designer behind HERBGARDEN knitwear, and if you are new to this channel, hi, welcome. I am a knitwear designer located in northern Germany, and on this channel I share regular podcast episodes where I show my works in progress and what my releases are, and also my finished objects, of course, which is exactly what this video is today. But I also have like little vacation vlogs. For example, I have been to Barcelona last year and have a video about that, and I also love to share knitting tips and sometimes start discussions, for example, about tech editing or what makes a knitting pattern a good pattern. So thank you for joining me today. Let's just start right away with what I'm currently working on. I am working on a circular yoke sweater. This is the back, this is the front, so you have seen this before. And you're probably wondering why I'm still working on this. Well, I almost wanted to say I'm wondering this myself, but no, I really want to finish this. I'm just, have to admit, I'm growing a little bit tired of this, and this is because I started this sweater in February this year. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I recently frocked this back almost entirely. I had already worked the yoke, the body, and one sleeve. And then I noticed that I had a yoke repeat too much, and I have no idea how this happened. Usually I'm very careful about checking my knits regularly, and for some reason I missed that completely. So I really frocked back the whole body, one sleeve, and the whole yoke, and redid this because I also wanted to change a little bit about the short rows. As I was frocking back already, I thought, well, a few more rows, or you know, it doesn't matter. Let's just start at the beginning. So I frocked back until I had only the neckband left. And then I started again, and that was in April. So now we have May 25th. And I have completed one sleeve, two sleeves, and I'm almost finished with the body. It's just a few more rows and then ribbing, and then finally I will be able to bind this off, and I really can't wait because I really want to block it. As you can see right now, it still doesn't lie flat. It has some wrinkles in it, and I really hope that will block out as soon as I wash it. So I really love this. I can't wait to wear it. It was so good to frock this back because now it fits much better than before. And still, while I really can't wait to wear this, I really am a little bit tired of this at the moment. So I will try and power through and get this finished as soon as I can. If you are new here, you might not know yet that I am a monogamous knitter. I only ever work at one project at a time. And that is only because I noticed that if I feel the urge of casting on something new while I'm still in the middle of a project, then it is really likely that I will not finish my whip at all. So I usually try to just, you know, get one thing done, and after that I do something else. With the exception of the occasional sock knit for when I'm traveling, for example. But usually I only work at one thing, and this is it now, and I really hope it won't be for much longer. It's a little difficult to see, I believe, as it is not blocked yet, but the sweater has like a little star stitch detail. It's like yeah, almost like a stripe repeat, which makes it a little more enjoyable to knit for me, as I have already knit this sweater, well, almost twice. But I'm very, very happy with it so far. The fit is so much better, and yeah, I really hope I can wear this soon. So I will keep you updated on this. The yarn I'm using is Filcolana Panilla, or is it a Spanish brand? Then it would be Panilla. I'm not sure. If you know, if somebody knows, could you please let me know in the comments how this is pronounced? Yeah, but I really enjoy this yarn so far, and it held up perfectly after frogging. So if I can, I will insert a little video that I shared on Instagram of me that shows me frogging the whole thing. And as I do not like to knit with yarn that is all crinkled up and not straight anymore, for when you frog it, it looks like noodles. And to avoid that, I steamed the yarn. And I don't have like a garment steamer or something, so I just put a pot with boiling hot water in it and just pulled the yarn through. So I will insert a video so that you can see the process, and I hope you enjoy it. So you might remember that I believe in the last podcast, I showed you my finished Talulah cardigan. And this is it. I had back then started to write the pattern. I had intended to just do some tweaks to this first sample and then start the test knit. But I have news about this, which are not very happy news, but I'm going to share this anyway, because you know, we also need to share things that don't go right on the first try. So I discovered while wearing this cardigan that I am actually not really happy with it. I was perfectly happy when I bound it off, but while I wore it the first few days, I really learned that I do not gravitate to this cardigan. So I usually, you know, when you bind something off and it is brand new, you have this brand new finished item, you really want to wear it. And somehow after I wore this one time, that whole joy for me was kind of over, and I really needed some time to think why that was, and now I know. I discovered that I am not happy with my yarn choice for this cardigan. So I used a yarn that is called BC Garn Loch Lomond, and it is a yarn that I have used before. It has some lovely tweedy specks in it, and it's a yarn that I grew to love over the past few years very much. So maybe you ask now why you don't like it for this cardigan. Well, because it is the wrong yarn for this project. This yarn is a very woolly, lovely yarn. I believe it's a woolen spun yarn that is absolutely perfect for colorwork sweaters, for example, or for sweaters in general. But for a cardigan, I feel it does not have as much drape as I would like to have in a cardigan. So while this is probably something that nobody who would see me wear this would notice, it's something that I notice, and therefore I don't want to use this yarn in the pattern for this item. As I said, not because it's a bad yarn, it's a lovely yarn, it's just the wrong yarn for this kind of item. I hope that makes sense. So, and of course I will keep this cardigan anyways because it's warm and it's lovely, but it's not it's not the perfect combination. So I really want to swatch with a different yarn, and that means the pattern writing has to be postponed because I cannot say yet if I need to grade this whole thing again, because I might not have the exact same gauge with a new yarn. So this has to be put on hold for now. I'm sorry. I know that some of you were really waiting for this cardigan, and I promise that I will try to make it make it through all of this. So I will try to make a second sample. I will try to see if I need to regrade it. If I will do this. But of course you can probably understand this will not happen in the next week or so. So please bear with me. I am still planning on publishing this cardigan, but I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait. I will try to find a new yarn, something with more drape to it, and then I will check how I can proceed. Either I grade this again, or I can get the same gauge, then I won't have to, so fingers crossed for that. And you know, of course I will keep you updated. So this is my little sad update about the Talulah cardigan. But I have also some good news. Since you last saw me, I released a new pattern, so now you can get my Droplet socks. And I'm very happy with how these socks turned out. They have this lovely cable and eyelet pattern. I hope you can see it. And the test knit is now over and the pattern is live, and so that you can see them a little better, I will also insert some footage of these socks here for you. They are knit cuff down and have a lovely heel flap and gusset construction, which usually fits the best in my experience, and is also the easiest to customize. So if you want the sock to be a little bit tighter around this diagonal, then you can just knit the heel flap a little bit shorter and decrease less. Or if you want your sock a little bit wider in this area, then you can just make the heel flap a little longer and decrease a few more stitches here. One of my testers initially said that they found the heel flap too long, but the reason that it is maybe a little longer than with other socks is that if you wear this, I wanted this lovely cable pattern, which is basically a variation of ribbing, so the sock fits very snug, and I wanted that if you wear it and if you look down on your foot, that the ribbing does not get stretched a lot in this part of the foot where usually the foot is widest. So when you look down, I wanted to have the purl stitches that are in between these little cables to be visible the same amount throughout. Does that make sense? I didn't want the part here in the middle to be stretched like this, where everything else sits snug. So this heel flap is a little bit longer, and therefore the pattern is very beautiful all the way from the cuff down your foot to the toe. Yeah, so a very lovely and very customizable sock. It is available in 4 sizes, so you should be able to make one of these socks for everyone in your family, from teenager to adult. Yes, so my Droplet socks. I hope you like them as much as I do. And finally, I have some very exciting news to share with you today. My friend Whitney from Knitted by Whitney, who you really should know if you don't know her yet. She is another podcaster here on YouTube and has a lovely YouTube channel with regular knitting podcast episodes, but also very helpful and informative pattern roundup videos. And she always makes sure that she only includes size-inclusive patterns. So if you don't know Whitney yet, I will link her channel below and you really need to check her out. So Whitney and I, we have known each other through the internet for a while now, and we both discovered that over the past few months we were in a little bit of a knitting slump. So I had this disappointing news with my Talulah cardigan and had to frog back this sweater that I'm working on forever. And she explains in her last podcast episode why she had trouble with her projects lately. And so we both decided we wanted something fun as our new cast on, something that we know will work, something very enjoyable just for us. And so we decided to do a knit-along together. We will call it the HERBGARDEN knitwear Tee Knit-along, as you will be able to knit all the tees that I have released so far, and Whitney and I, we will also do exactly that. I have bought yarn for 2 tees, and I'm not sure which one I will start with, but I will show you. I have decided that I will do a new Seaborn Tee. The Seaborn Tee is the pattern that I'm probably most known for, and back then I worked a lot on this pattern because it is my pattern with the most sizes, and it also includes instructions how you can mix and match any bust circumference with any sleeve circumference. So you can choose these both circumferences independently and just combine them. And while I think that is such a helpful way to make a pattern really size inclusive, that was also a lot of work. And on my sample, I had to experiment a lot and also frog a lot. So while I love my Seaborn Tee, I was kind of done with it when the pattern was ready for release. I'm not sure if other designers have this too. Of course, you kind of like what you're working on, because otherwise you couldn't do it, as it is so much work. But sometimes I'm kind of over something. Maybe it's the same as when you are cooking for all morning and like for hours and hours and hours if you get visitors, for example, and then as soon as it is time to eat, you just are not hungry anymore. I feel sometimes it's kind of the same. Anyways, I have decided I want to reignite my love for my Seaborn Tee, and I want to make another one. This time I won't have any work at all. The pattern is ready. It works beautifully, as I have seen so many beautiful Seaborn Tees in the past. And now I want to fall in love with mine too. So I have bought new yarn, and I have branched out a little bit of my comfort zone. I have decided to use this neutral, this is like a cool tone neutral color. It's hard to explain. The color name is 1015. And this is Sunkissed Line, which is the suggested yarn for the Seaborn Tee, and this is going to be my main color. And for the stripes, I have decided to go with this cool brown tone. And this color is called 3161. And this is going to be my Seaborn Tee. You can see in the background I have a lot of the main color and 2 of the contrast color. And I'm going to try this color combination. I will insert some footage of my original Seaborn Tee sample, which is light blue with white stripes, and the white that I used for that is not the same color as this one. This one is more like a cream, but it has a cool undertone, I believe. Not as cool as the white, of course, but it's not like a beige, yellow beigey color. And therefore I hope this works. Usually I am a little bit afraid of neutrals and beige because I feel like they always make me look a little unhealthy. But I will give this a try. I think this color does work for me, and I would love to have the stripes, and then I would have a lovely neutral shirt that I will hopefully be able to wear with almost anything. So this is going to be my second Seaborn Tee. And as I recently was in Copenhagen, I absolutely had to visit Knitting for Olive, and I'm going to make another video, like a little vacation vlog of Copenhagen, where I also show you the Knitting for Olive store there. It was lovely. And there I bought Knitting for Olive pure silk in the colorway Blue Tit. What a lovely name. And this I'm going to use to make a second Reveries tee. My Reveries tee is a pattern that is currently in the test knitting phase and will come out later this summer. And I will hopefully knit both these tees within our knit along. So let me quickly tell you a little bit about the details about this knit along. So there will be no prizes, as Whitney and I have decided. We just want this to be fun. We just want to feel like we're knitting with friends, and this should all be almost like a little imaginary knitting summer vacation. We just want to enjoy each other's virtual company and knit along on beautiful tees. And we would really like to invite you to knit along with us. You can use the hashtag HGK for HERBGARDEN knitwear, TCAL, if you want to share your knitted items on Instagram. And we just really hope that this will be a fun thing to do together. You can absolutely join this knit along with your whips. If you have already cast on a summer knit, please feel free to join. You do not have to finish your items if you do not want to. This is all about fun. And the knit along will run from June 1st to the end of August. So there's plenty of time, 3 months. Just join us, knit along, and hopefully you will enjoy this just as much as we will. Whitney also has very exciting plans for this knit along. She will share her yarn and the patterns that she will make in her podcast, and I can't wait to watch. I have so far only exchanged some messages with her, and I'm very excited to see what she will cast on first. So I really hope you are all as excited as Whitney and I both are, because we are really thrilled to get this summer tee knit along started. I will now quickly share some footage of the tees that you can knit within this knit along, and I hope you enjoy it. Of course, you can do it just as I am planning and knit a Seaborn Tee. This is option number 1. This is a bottom-up knit, and as I said, you can choose any bust circumference with any sleeve circumference. The second option is my Feldspar Tee. This is another pattern that I absolutely love. I have knit this tee 3 times already, and I can't get enough of the ones that I have. It's one of my all-time favorites. Also a bottom-up knit, and this is particularly easy. It's perfectly suited for beginner knitters. Then next up is my Talulah Tee, also bottom-up knit, and it has this beautiful chain stitch texture, and it knits up so fast because you just always want to finish another repeat. So this was such a joy to knit for me. Then we have my Thar Tank top, which is a reversible top. You have either a round neckline or a V-neck option that you can choose from, and the lace pattern is either worked horizontally or it has like this little tapered edge to it, and you can mix and match all those options. And then we have my very first tee release. This is my Jantje Tee. And I absolutely love the ruffled sleeves. They are so much fun, and I still love to wear this tee. All the options that I have shown you so far, you can work with Anniina, or there is always Sunkissed Tynline, which is half the weight, so you can hold that double, and then you'll get the same weight as the Sunkissed. So all of them are either worked with the Sunkissed or with the Sunkissed Tynline held double. And then we have one more tee. This is the Sunkissed Sea Tee. It has this beautiful gradient running down the yoke. It's a top-down circular yoke tee, and I named it this way because I think it looks as if the sun kisses the sea while it goes down. So these are all the tees that you can knit during the knit-along, and I really hope there's something in this collection that you'll like and that you are going to knit along with us. At the end of each podcast episode, I try to highlight another knitter, podcaster or designer, and today I would like to introduce you to Anniina of the Anniina Knits podcast. She is a lovely person and a designer from Finland, and you absolutely need to check out her lovely patterns. She has some absolutely gorgeous Christmas-inspired sock patterns, and recently she released a beautiful new shawl, and she is an absolutely lovely person. We met in Barcelona last year, and even though we had never met before, she gave me the warmest hug, and it was absolutely lovely, and I really hope that we can meet another time where we have a little more time to chat and sit down and catch up with each other. So if you do not know Anniina, then please check her out, and I really think you would enjoy her content. That was everything for today. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. It means a lot to me. I can't wait to read all your lovely comments, and I would really appreciate it if you would consider liking this video or even subscribing to my channel. Very soon I will put up the vlog of my trip to Copenhagen, which was absolutely lovely, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So I hope you have a lovely day or a lovely evening wherever you are, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!